Okay, let's unpack this. We have finally arrived at the end of the road. We've been tracking the Doctor and Romana across all of space and time, collecting these pieces of the key to time, and it all comes down to this.
It really does.
This isn't just another adventure. This is the sixth and final segment. The stakes are, well, they're literally universal.
It is the grand finale. And what's fascinating here is that usually when you reach the end of a massive quest like this, think Lord of the Rings or any big sci-fi saga, you expect a glorious finish line.
Right, some clarity.
You expect clarity, but instead, the Doctor lands right in the middle of a muddy, gritty, endless war of attrition where nothing is clear and, frankly, everyone is losing.
Exactly. It's called the Armageddon Factor, which, let's be honest, is not a title that screams happy ending.
Not at all.
We're looking at the twin planets of Atrios and Zeos, located right at the edge of a helical galaxy. And the vibe immediately is just despair.
Despair is the right word. If you look at the source material, specifically the way Terrance Dicks describes Atrios, it's a civilization that's been driven underground.
Right, because of the radiation.
The surface is so radioactive from nuclear bombardment that you can't live there. It's rubble, it's gray, and the people are just tired. They are fighting a war that seems to have been going on forever. It sets a very specific tone for this finale. Yeah. It's not a shiny, futuristic romp. It's a story about exhaustion.
And leading this grim situation is the Marshal of Atrios. Now, here is a character who I think we need to spend some time on because he is he is something else.
Oh, yeah.
He's this warmonger who is absolutely obsessed with victory. But his definition of victory is terrifying.
He represents a very specific kind of dangerous delusion. You look at the descriptions of him in the war room. He's handsome, imposing. He wears this magnificent scarlet tunic.
He looks the part.
He looks the part, but he's completely detached from the reality of the suffering. He's broadcasting these propaganda speeches about vanquishing evil and peace restored. But meanwhile, his own hospitals are overflowing, and he's ordering attacks that he knows are suicidal.
There's that chilling moment in the source text where he's talking to Princess Astra, and we'll get to her in a minute. She's crucial.
Oh, crucial.
And she's begging for peace.
Yeah.
She says, if the war goes on, we shall all be wiped out. And the Marshal basically says, you don't beg for peace, you win it.
Wow.
It's like he's reading from a script that doesn't match the play he's in.
Right. He believes in victory at any cost, even if that cost is ruling over a graveyard.
A graveyard. That's it.
He treats the war like a game of chess, where losing all your pawns is fine as long as you checkmate the king. But, and here's where it gets really interesting, he isn't acting entirely on his own.
No.
There is a psychological or perhaps supernatural element at play here.
The mirror. I found this detail so creepy.
The dark mirror. In his war room, there's this alcove with a darkened mirror. The Marshal stands there and he talks to it.
He talks to it.
He's not just talking to himself, he's receiving instructions. It suggests he's a puppet. He thinks he's a big military genius, but he's being manipulated by a force much darker and much closer than he realizes.
I mean, it frames his madness not just as ego, but as external influence.
Precisely.
Which brings us to the enemy, the planet Zeos. The Doctor and Romana, they obviously get mixed up in this. They try to land on Atrios, but the TARDIS goes haywire.
Yeah, the coordinates are all zeros.
All zeros, which suggests some heavy-duty interference. But eventually, they end up on Zeos, and this is one of my favorite twists in this entire deep dive.
It is a brilliant subversion of expectations. You spend the first part of the story hearing about the hated Zeons, these aggressors who are bombing Atrios.
The monsters.
The Marshal paints them as monsters, but when the Doctor gets there, what do they find?
Nothing. They find endless, pristine orange corridors. It's clean, it's quiet, and it is completely empty. No people. It's so unsettling compared to the grime of Atrios.
Exactly. The Zeons are gone. They left long ago. The entire war effort on the Zeos side is being run by a computer.
Mentalis.
A computer named Mentalis.
That is horrifying. It takes a Cold War concept and makes it literal.
It is. It's the ultimate futility of war. Atrios is fighting a machine. The Marshal is pumping up his people to hate an enemy that isn't even there anymore.
And a machine feels no pain.
It has no morale to break. It's just executing a program. It really highlights how pointless the conflict has become. One side is fighting for survival, and the other side is just a hard drive following a loop.
And this is where the title, The Armageddon Factor, comes into play. Because it's not just that the computer fights back. It has a fail-safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a defense system. It's a suicide pact.
Correct. This is the concept of mutually assured destruction taken to its logical extreme. Mentalis is programmed with a self-destruct sequence. If Zeos is threatened with total defeat, or if the Marshal launches a final victory strike,
Which he's dying to do.
which he's obsessed with doing, Mentalis doesn't just shut down, it detonates the entire planet.
No.
And because of the proximity to Atrios, their twin planets, if Zeos goes, Atrios goes.
So the Marshal's obsession with winning is actually the trigger for everyone dying.
Precisely. If he wins, everybody dies. That is the Armageddon Factor. It's a mechanism designed to ensure that there can be no winner. It turns the Marshal's goal of victory into a literal button for the apocalypse.
So we have a stalemate. A madman on one side, a machine on the other. But we mentioned the Marshal was talking to a mirror. So there's a third player on the board who is, orchestrating this mess.
The Shadow.
Ugh, just the name gives you the creeps. Who is this guy? Where is he hiding?
The Shadow is the true villain of the piece. He resides on a third hidden planet. It's often referred to as a black asteroid or the planet of evil, located right between Atrios and Zeos.
A third planet.
Visually, it's the antithesis of the orange corridors of Zeos. It's dark, web-like, full of caves and gargoyles. It's almost like a fantasy dungeon in the middle of a sci-fi war.
And he's not just a local warlord. He's connected to the big bad of the whole season, right? The stakes we mentioned earlier.
He is an agent of the Black Guardian.
Okay, there it is.
Remember, the whole quest for the key to time is a race between the White Guardian representing order and light and the Black Guardian representing chaos and darkness. The Shadow is the Black Guardian's henchman.
So his goal isn't to win the war.
His goal isn't to help Atrios win or Zeos win. He wants the war to end in that mutual annihilation we just talked about. He wants the Big Bang.
He wants the symphony of destruction.
Yeah.
He's basically an agent of pure chaos.
That's a very poetic and terrifying way to put it. He controls the Marshal through that mirror to keep the war going until the breaking point. He uses these mutes.
The hooded figure.
That hooded henchman. And he's absolutely sadistic. He kidnaps Romana. He kidnaps Princess Astra. He thrives on pain and fear. He's not doing this for territory or resources. He's doing it because his master wants the universe to descend into chaos.
The scene where the Doctor meets him is intense. The Shadow isn't just a thug. He's almost a force of nature. He basically tells the Doctor, I am the shadow that accompanies you all. It's very psychological.
It is. It establishes him as a formidable opposite to the Doctor. The Doctor values life and freedom. The Shadow values death and control. And he's been waiting for the Doctor.
He knows.
He knows about the key. He wants the Doctor to bring him the first 5 segments so he can complete the set and hand it over to the Black Guardian. It's a trap that has been set before the Doctor even arrived.
Talk about a trap. But in true Doctor Who fashion, even in the darkest dungeon, there's always a bit of light, or in this case, a bit of dodgy tech support.
Yes.
We have to talk about Drax.
Yeah.
This character completely shifts the energy of the story.
Drax. He changes the tone of the story completely. He's exactly what the story needs at this point to keep it from becoming, too bleak.
I love this guy. So the Doctor gets thrown into a dungeon on the Shadows asteroid, and who does he find? An old school buddy.
But not the kind you expect.
No, not at all. This is Drax from the Time Lord Academy, class of 93.
Blech.
But he is the complete antithesis of the stuffy, high-collar Time Lords we usually see on Gallifrey.
Not even close.
He's not wearing robes. He's wearing overalls.
You get this thick Brixton accent?
A Brixton accent.
Ooh.
He calls the Doctor Theti, short for Theta Sigma, which was apparently the Doctor's college nickname.
I love that detail.
He's a wheeler-dealer, a mechanic. It's so jarring, but in the best way.
It's such a wonderful juxtaposition. You have the Doctor, this cosmic hero, and then you have Drax, who admits he got kicked out of the Academy because he was good at practical stuff but failed temporal theory.
Right.
He's been stranded on Earth, picked up the accent, and now he's stuck on the planet of evil, basically doing repair work for the Shadow just to survive.
It grounds the Time Lords a bit, shows us the dropouts.
It does.
He's been repairing a dimensional stabilizer for a year, just dragging it out so the Shadow doesn't kill him. But this stabilizer, this becomes the key to their escape, right?
Yeah, it does. And this is where the deep dive into creative problem solving comes in. They can't just blast their way out. The Shadow is too powerful and his mutes are everywhere. So they decide to use the stabilizer to shrink themselves.
I love the Honey, I Shrunk the Time Lords moment. It's such a fun classic sci-fi trope.
Exactly. They shrink down to miniature size and they use K9, the Doctor's robot dog, as a Trojan horse.
This is brilliant. The Shadow thinks K9 is under his control because he put a restraining bolt on him.
Right, he replaced a control cylinder.
But the Doctor deactivated it. So you have a tiny Doctor and a tiny Drax hiding inside K9, sneaking right into the Shadow's lair.
It's absurd, but it works because the Shadow is so arrogant. He overlooks the small things, literally. He underestimates the ingenuity of someone like Drax, whom he considers just a disposable mechanic. It's a great example of using your enemy's ego against them.
While all this heist movie stuff is happening, there is a ticking clock. The Marshal has finally snapped. He has launched his missiles. The Armageddon Factor is triggered.
It's happening.
How does the Doctor deal with that while he's running around inside a robot dog?
This is one of the most high-concept sci-fi moments in the story. The Doctor realizes he can't stop the missiles physically in time, so he uses a fake segment of the key, a piece of chronodyne that Drax had lying around, to create a localized time loop.
This is the Groundhog Day scenario.
Yes. He traps the Marshal's ship and the computer room in a 3-second loop. The Marshal yells, "Fire!" The pilot reaches for the button, and then it resets.
And again.
Fire resets. It creates a stutter in time.
It's a clever stall, but it's not permanent, is it? It feels very fragile.
No, and that's the tension. The chronodyne is unstable. It's deteriorating. The loop is slipping. They have maybe an hour of real time before the loop breaks and the missiles fly. It's a race against time to find the real 6th segment.
Which brings everything back to the core mystery.
Exactly.
The 6th segment. They've been looking for a thing, a crystal, a rock, something like the previous 5 segments. But the source material drops a massive bombshell here.
It does, and it's a tragic one. The Doctor and Romana, they realize that the 6th segment isn't an object.
It's not a thing.
It's a person.
Princess Astra.
Princess Astra. The source material outlines how Merrick, the surgeon who loves her, runs a genetic analysis on the royal house of Atrios. He finds a molecular anomaly.
Oh.
Astra is the 6th princess of the 6th dynasty. She was bred, essentially, to be the component.
That is heavy. She isn't just carrying the key, she is the key. It changes the entire moral dynamic of the mission.
It raises a staggering moral dilemma. For the key to time to be assembled, for the universe to be saved, Princess Astra has to cease to exist as a human woman.
She has to become an object.
She has to be transformed into a crystal. It asks the question, is the universe worth the life of one innocent person?
And we see her struggle with this. She's been kidnapped by the Shadow. She's terrified. But there's this moment of realization.
The Shadow actually guides her toward this in a twisted way. He tells her it's her destiny. And Astra, who has felt helpless this whole time, watching her planet die, unable to stop the Marshal, she finally accepts it.
She sees it as a way out.
She believes her transformation is the only way to stop the suffering of her people. It's a self-sacrifice.
So she steps forward and she transforms. She becomes the crystal. And Merrick, the man who loves her, is just devastated. He's watching the woman he loves turn into a rock.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
It highlights the cost of this cosmic game. To the Guardians, she's just a piece of a puzzle, a component to be used. To Merrick, he's his whole world. It really emphasizes the difference between the big picture view of the Guardians and the human view of the people on the ground.
So now the key is assembled. The Shadow has it. The Doctor and Drax are tiny. The missiles are about to launch. We are at the climax. How does this resolve?
It is chaotic, utterly chaotic. The Doctor and Drax burst out of K9 and they use the stabilizer to grow back to normal size instantly.
Just pop into existence.
Yeah. And the sudden appearance shocks the Shadow. He wasn't expecting an attack from within. The Doctor snatches the completed key.
But the time loop breaks. The Marshal's missiles launch.
This is the Doctor's masterstroke. He has the key to time now. He has absolute power for a moment. He deflects the missiles. But he doesn't just send them into space.
No.
He bounces them off a force field and sends them straight to the 3rd planet.
The Shadow's asteroid?
Exactly. The Marshal, thinking he's destroying Zeos, actually blows up the planet of evil. The irony is perfect.
The puppet destroys the mask.
A puppet destroys the master. The Shadow is consumed by the very destruction he wanted to unleash.
It's such a satisfying way to deal with the villain. The Shadow gets exactly what he asked for, just not where he wanted it.
It cleans up the board nicely. The source of the evil influence is gone.
So the bad guys are gone. The Shadow is dust. The Marshal is...
Yeah.
Well, Drax seems to think he can employ him in construction, which is a funny little aside.
Huh. Drax is the ultimate survivor. He's already figuring out how to get a contract for rebuilding Atrios. He sees the rubble and thinks, opportunity.
So on brand.
It's very on brand for him.
But we aren't done yet. The Doctor has the fully assembled key to time. He's standing in the TARDIS. And this is the moment of truth. The whole season has been building to this.
This is the test of character. The source text describes the Doctor staring at the key. He says, "I have the power to do anything now. As of this moment, there's no such thing as free will. There is only one will in the universe, mine."
That is terrifying coming from the Doctor. We usually see him as the ultimate libertarian fighting for freedom.
Right.
To hear him talk about absolute control.
It is. He feels the temptation. Absolute power corrupts, as the saying goes. The key isn't just a tool, it's godhood. But then, the White Guardian appears on the scanner.
Or at least, someone who looks like the White Guardian.
Looks like him, yeah.
He demands the key. He wants it immediately.
And this is where the Doctor's intuition saves the day. The Guardian on the screen he's impatient. He's dismissive. When the Doctor asks about Astra, asking if she can be restored, if she can be saved, the Guardian says, individuals become unimportant.
That's the tell. That line right there.
That is the tell. The Doctor realizes that a true force of good wouldn't treat a life so casually. He realizes that if order means sacrificing innocent people like they are just spare parts, then he doesn't want to be part of that order.
Oh, he refuses.
He refuses to hand it over.
And the face on the screen changes.
It morphs into a skull, a demon. It was the Black Guardian in disguise the whole time. He was trying to trick the Doctor at the finish line, trying to get the Doctor to hand over the key voluntarily.
So what does the Doctor do? He has the most powerful object in the universe. And an angry god wanting to kill him. This is a corner you don't easily get out of.
He does the only thing he can do to keep it safe. He rescatters the segments.
Just undoes everything.
He commands the key to break apart and fly off into different points of time and space. He takes the prize he spent all season collecting, and he throws it away.
And by doing that, he saves Astra.
Yes. Because the segments are returned to their natural states, the 6th segment turns back into Princess Astra. She returns to Atrios, reunites with Merrick. It's a happy ending for them. She gets to be a person again, not a component.
But not necessarily for the Doctor. I mean, he just stiffed the Black Guardian. That's got to have consequences.
Oh, huge consequences.
You could just prank call a god of chaos and get away with it.
The Black Guardian vows to destroy him. He screams, "I shall destroy you! I shall destroy you!" So the Doctor can't just travel normally anymore. If he sets a destination, the Black Guardian might be able to predict it and intercept him.
So he installs the randomizer.
A device that basically rolls the dice for every journey. The Doctor cannot know where he is going, so the Black Guardian can't know either. They are traveling entirely by potluck now.
It's a great setup for future adventures. Just complete chaos. Where are we going? I have no idea.
It fits the Doctor perfectly. He chooses chaos and freedom over absolute order and safety. He'd rather be lost and free than found and controlled.
So what does this all mean? We've got nuclear scalemates, shrinking Time Lords, living keys, angry gods. This story covers a lot of ground.
I think there are 3 big takeaways here that really resonate. First, there's the futility of automated war. You have the Marshal fighting a computer, Mentalis.
Right.
Neither could stop, neither could win. It required an outside force, the Doctor, to break that cycle.
It's a warning about taking the human element out of conflict. When it's just systems clashing, it escalates to Armageddon because there's no one left to say enough.
Exactly. It becomes a loop of logic that ends in death. Second, the importance of individuality. The Guardians, both black and white, ostensibly viewed Astra as a component, a thing to be used.
A means to an end.
The Shadow viewed her as a tool. Even the Marshal viewed her as a political pawn.
Yeah.
The Doctor was the only one who saw her as a person. And in the end, her humanity was what needed to be saved. The deep dive into this story shows that saving the universe means nothing if you lose the individuals who live in it.
That's a powerful point. It's easy to get lost in the big picture and forget the little people, but the Doctor never does.
And finally, the rejection of absolute power. The Doctor had it all. He could have fixed the universe with a snap of his fingers. He could have imposed his will on reality. But he realized that enforcing his will on everything was wrong.
He chose to scatter the power rather than wield it.
Yes.
Which is why he is the hero. He walks away from the throne, he has the ring of power, and he throws it into the volcano, so to speak.
Which is a rare thing in fiction and in reality. Most people would try to use it for good, but the Doctor knows that no one should have that much control.
It really makes you think about the nature of these guardians. We call them white and black, good and evil. But if the good side is willing to sacrifice innocent people like Astra just to balance a spreadsheet, and the evil side wants to destroy them for chaos, is there really that much difference for the perspective of the little guy?
That is the provocative thought to leave on. Maybe good isn't about cosmic order or grand designs. Maybe good is just one doctor in a blue box refusing to let one person be turned into a rock.
Yeah.
Maybe true morality is found in the specific small acts of kindness, not the grand gestures of gods.
And realizing that sometimes the best destination is the one you didn't plan for. I think we can all use a little randomizer in our lives sometimes.
Absolutely.
Embrace the potluck. Stop trying to control the destination and just enjoy the ride.
Absolutely. The unknown is where the adventure is.
Thanks for diving deep with us into the key to time. It's been a journey across the universe, and we ended up right back where we started, lost in space, but free. We'll see you on the next Random Jump.